Folks, this is going to be a recording of The Siblings and the Swallows. You can watch this and help to learn your lines by listening. I'll read the lines. I won't read, I'll read the stage directions, and then I'll put my finger by the character name, but I won't say narrator Chun. I'll just say, we are here to tell you a story. Okay? So watch the video, follow along, and, say it with me after you've watched it once or twice. Okay? This is Scene 1, Nobu's Big House. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk on stage. We are here to tell you a story. It's a very old story from South Korea and about why it's bad to be greedy. The story is called The Siblings and the Swallows. A sibling is a brother or sister, and a swallow is a small blue bird with a red face. Look, here are some swallows now. Swallow baby and swallow parent fly across the stage. This story also teaches us about how we should be nice to animals. Look, here are some other animals. Bee, bat, chicken, rabbit, and spider run and crawl across the stage. It's a bee, bat, chicken, bunny, rabbit, and spider. All of these animals help us with our gardens. Okay, there are swallows and garden animals in this story. Who else are we forgetting? The siblings! Yes, 3 siblings live in a great big house together. Then Hungbu, Nobu, and Jaiwoo walk on stage. I don't understand why you have to be so mean, Nobu. Well, it may not be nice to be mean, but it is fun. Do you care about how we feel about this? Well, now that I think about it, I don't care. Pack up your bags and leave. Now. Wow. Nobu is kicking his brother Hungbo and his sister Jaiwoo out of their house. He's keeping their family money, too. We live in a great big house, Nobu. There's plenty of room for all 3 of us here. That's Hungbu. He's the youngest sibling and is very kind. Nobu, please, don't kick us out. And that's Jaiwoo, their sister. She is very nice. But imagine how much more money and more room I could have if you 2 weren't here. And that's Nobu. He's the eldest brother, and he can be very greedy and mean. You heard me. Everyone, get out. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk off stage. Hungbu and Jaiwoo walk to the other side of the stage. What are we going to do? Where are we going to go? We have nowhere to live and no money. What if we go to the village square? Yes, there are plenty of farmers and villagers who would help us. Let's go. Jaiwoo and Hungbu walk off stage. Mwahahaha! Now I have this great big house all to myself. I don't care that my siblings are sad. Woo-hoo-hoo! Nobu runs around on stage, laughing crazily. This is Scene 2 in the village square. Hungbu and Jaiwoo have been kicked out of their house by their mean older brother Nobu. They go to the village square to get some help. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk off stage. Hungbu and Jaiwoo walk on stage. Finally, we made it to the village square. Look, that old villager can probably help us. Hungbu and Jaiwoo walk up to the old villager. Would you like to buy some apples? We don't have any money. That's okay. Take a few apples for free. Hungbu and Jaiwoo each take an apple and bite into it. Wow, this apple is delicious. I grow them myself on my farm. Could you teach us how to farm? Young villager skips up. Aren't you Hungbu and Jaiwu, that rich family from the city? Why do you two want to become farmers? They're rich. They told me they didn't have any money. We used to have money, but our mean older brother Nobu kicked us out today and took all of our money. We have nowhere to go. Ooh, I have heard about Nobu before. Yikes. Who is Nobu? Keep up, old man. Nobu is their mean older brother. Everyone knows he's super greedy and mean. Nobu sounds like a jerk. Take a few more apples. Hungbu and Jaiwu take a few apples. Hungbu and Jaiwu, come with me. I'll help you find somewhere to sleep tonight. Hungbu and Jaiwu follow the young villager who leads them to Farmer Villager. Hey there, can I help you? This is Hungbu and Jaiwu, and they need our help. They don't have anywhere to stay tonight. Oh no, that's terrible. Could they stay with you? Yes, I can teach you to build a small hut of your own. An old villager walks up. And I can teach you how to garden so you can feed yourself. Yeah, you can't live forever off his free apples. Let's get started then. You'll learn how to build your own house and grow your own food. Nobu walks on stage. Attention, peasants, it is me, Nobu, the richest man from the city. I am here to buy some of your fruits. Oh boy. Hungbu and Jaiwu walk up to Nobu. Brother! Ew, why are you hanging out with the village peasants? The villagers have been nice to us. Will you let us come back home with you? Let me think about it. No! Nobu grabs a few apples, tosses some coins at the old villager, and walks off stage. The old villager counts the coins. He didn't pay me enough for those apples. Was that Nobu, your mean brother? That guy is such a jerk. You're better off here in the country. Come on, let's get started on your hut. The farmer villager, Hungbu, Jaiwu, young villager, and old villager walk off stage. Narrator Chun, Jin, and Sang walk on stage. Wow, Nobu is so mean and greedy. Thankfully, with the help of the friendly villagers, Hungbu and Jaiwu have somewhere to sleep tonight. And this is scene 3, Hungbu and Jaiwu's garden. Hungbu and Jaiwu work in their garden. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk on stage. It has been a while since Hungbu and Jaiwu were kicked out of their house. With the help of the villagers, the young siblings have started growing a garden. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk off stage. I'm excited for our food to grow. Me too. It will be nice to be able to feed ourselves. A swallow baby and swallow parent fly on stage. The swallow baby has an injured wing, so he flies awkwardly. They land in the garden. Look, those 2 swallows are visiting our garden. Hello, pretty birds. Ouch. What's wrong, little swallow? What happened to your wing? Well, he was flying all crazy this morning, even though I told him to be careful, and he smacked into a tree. Yeah, it was a disaster, and now my wing is hurt, and I don't know how to fix it. I can help. Jaiwu uses fabric from her skirt as a wrap for the swallow baby's wing. She wraps the fabric around his wing and secures it tightly. Wow, that feels a lot better. Thank you so much. That is very kind of you. We will bring you back some seeds from our garden as a gift. The two swallows are thankful for Jaiwu's generosity. They came back the next day with a special seed for the siblings' garden. The swallow baby and swallow parent fly on stage. Swallow baby's wing is healed and does not have a wrap on it. Hi, Jaiwu and Hungbu. Look, my wing is all better, and I have something for you. The swallow baby pulls out a big seed. It's a very special gourd seed for your garden. Thank you, little swallows, but what is a gourd? A gourd is a type of food, like a pumpkin or a squash. And this seed is very special. Trust me. We also told our other animal friends to come help out in your garden. Bee, bat, chicken, rabbit, and spider come on stage and start working in the garden. Wow, our garden is filled with life. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk on stage. Their garden now has insects to pollinate their plants and animals to fertilize their soil. Hungbu and Jaiwu plant the gourd seed in the garden. Hungbu and Jaiwu plant the seed and walk off stage. Bee, bat, chicken, rabbit, and spider do a dance or chant around the gourd seed. Swallow baby and swallow parent fly on stage and do circles in the air. Suddenly, the garden transforms and is filled with vegetables and fruits. A big gourd grows in the middle. Bee, bat, chicken, rabbit, spider, swallow baby, and swallow parent dance off stage. The next day, Hungbu and Jaiwu wake up to see their garden bursting with vegetables and fruits. Hungbu and Jaiwu walk on stage and are amazed by their garden. They also see the gourd that was gifted by the swallows. The siblings decide to cut the gourd open to prepare it for their meal. Hungbu and Jaiwu pick the gourd out of the garden and begin to cut into it. As Hungbu and Jaiwu cut into the gourd, they notice something weird. Is it normal for gourds to glow? Is that gold? Hungbu and Jaiwu slice open the gourd to reveal a chunk of gold. Wow! The gourd seed grew gold! And instead of being greedy and keeping the gold to themselves, the two siblings decide to share the gold with their neighbors. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk off stage. Everyone, come look at our garden! Old villager, young villager, and farmer villager run on stage. They are amazed by the garden. And look what else our garden grew! Jaiwu lifts the gold chunk above her head. Everyone is amazed by it. This gold belongs to all of us. Really? Let's use it to fix up our huts. And we can use it to buy more seeds for our gardens. Let's do it. Thank you, Hungbu and Jaiwu. Hungbu, Jaiwu, old villager, farmer villager, and young villager run off stage with the gold. Okay, this is scene 4 in Nobu's great big house. Nobu is pacing around his great big house. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk on stage. News about the golden gourd has spread across town. Nobu learned that his two siblings were nice to Baby Swallow and that the bird gave them the magic seed. So Nobu decides he just needs to trick the birds into giving him a seed too. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk off stage. Why aren't these stinky swallows coming to my house? I've been calling them for hours. Swallows, come here. Swallow baby and swallow parent fly on stage. Finally. Yes? Give me a golden seed. Can you ask nicely? I want a golden seed now. You gave one to my siblings, and I want one too. We don't give out magic seeds to just anyone. What if we make it a trade? I can give you a bucket of your favorite food if you give me the seed. The swallow baby and the swallow parent look at each other and half smile. It's a deal. We like beetles and ants and grasshoppers. Yummy. Yeah, and if you give us a big bucket of beetles, ants, and grasshoppers, then we'll give you a magic seed. Fine, it's a deal. Come back later and you'll get your bucket of gross bugs. Swallow baby and swallow parent fly off stage. Narrators Chun Jin and Sang walk on stage. Nobu fills a bucket with rocks. Nobu fills a bucket with rocks and pebbles, thinking the swallows are too foolish to tell the difference. These bird-brained swallows are going to think this bucket is filled with bugs, even though it's just rocks. Nobu continues filling the bucket with rocks. Then they'll give me a golden seed and I'll get even more money. Mwah-ha-ha-ha-ha. Swallow baby and swallow parent fly on stage with a seed. They look into the bucket. Oh, is that a bucket filled with bugs and definitely not rocks? I love eating rocks. I mean bugs. Great, here you go. Now give me the magic seeds and get out of here. Nobu hands over the bucket. Swallow baby and swallow parent smile at each other. Then swallow baby hands over a seed. Have fun growing your gourd, Nobu. You deserve it. You'll be flooded in riches. Swallow baby and swallow parent giggle and fly off stage. Nobu plants the seed in a pot. Nobu plants the seed and waits for it to grow into a gourd. He's not very patient, and it takes a while. Nobu paces the stage. Finally, one day, he notices it has grown into a tiny gourd. Nobu picks up the tiny gourd from the pot. What? This gourd is so tiny. The gourd is going to be so small. Nobu starts to cut the gourd. Nobu starts cutting the gourd, but he doesn't find gold inside the gourd. Instead, he finds a flood. Narrators Chun Jin and Sang run off stage. A flood bursts from the tiny gourd. Ah! This gourd is filled with water! The flood fills the stage and sweeps Nobu off his feet. This gourd is flooding my great big house! The flood sweeps the house furniture off stage. The flood grabs a satchel of the money and takes it off stage. No! The flood is taking away my big bag of money! The flood leaves the stage and Nobu is lying on the ground. He looks around at his ruined and empty house. Those birds tricked me! Nobu stands up. Now I have nothing. My house is ruined and I have no money. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk on stage. Well, well, well. Would you look at that? Looks like being greedy doesn't get you far after all. And this is scene 5 in Hungbu and Jaiwoo's garden. The bee, bat, chicken, rabbit, and spider work in the garden. Narrators Chun, Jin, and Sang walk on stage. Hungbu and Jaiwoo's garden is doing better than ever. With help from the animals, they're growing so much food. Meanwhile, Nobu's home was flooded and all his money was swept away in the flood. Without any place to go, he finds his siblings in the country. Narrator Chun, Jin, and Sang walk off stage. Nobu walks on stage. Wow, this is a beautiful garden. Hungbu and Jaiwoo enter. Nobu, I'm surprised to see you. Hi, Nobu. What brings you here? The swallow baby and swallow parent fly on stage and perch on the fence. Those birds, they tricked me. We didn't trick you, Nobu. You tricked yourself. You thought you could lie your way into good fortune. You said you'd give me a magic seed if I gave you bugs. And you gave us rocks. That wasn't very nice. Nobu, is that true? I heard you all grew gold and I got jealous. I wanted gold for myself, too. He tried to trick us. So we gave him a magic seed that either would give him gold if he was good-hearted, or a flood if he was being greedy. Wow. So our family home in the city is flooded? Yes, and all of our money was swept away in the flood, too. Do you need somewhere to stay? I know I have no place to ask for it, but I do need help. I'm sorry I was so mean to you two. Have you learned your lesson? I have. Being greedy doesn't get me anything. Well, it does get you a flooded house. Hey, too soon. You can stay here with us as long as you work on being more generous instead of greedy. And you have to be kind to animals here. They help us with our garden. And you have to be kind to the villagers, too. The old villager, young villager, and farmer villager walk on stage. The young villager sees Nobu. Boo! It's Nobu! I'm sorry for calling you all peasants and being mean to you. You owe me a few more coins for those apples you took. Well, I don't have any money, but maybe I can help you out on your farm. I'm really sorry. Why do all these rich people keep losing their money? We forgive you. We all make mistakes sometimes. Life is all about learning lessons. Yeah, like don't be mean to magical swallows who have magic seeds. I was thinking more like don't be greedy as a lesson, but don't be mean to magical swallows is good too. I'm sorry, everyone. Do you forgive me? Everyone thinks for a moment. Well, I don't trust you, but I do forgive you. And we forgive you too. Come here. Jaiwu, Hungbu, and Nobu hug. Nobu moves into his siblings' big farmhouse and learns to be kind, generous, and compassionate. And the villagers grow delicious fruits and vegetables that season that brings them a lot of business from the city. Together with the animals, the siblings grow the most beautiful garden anyone has ever seen. And everyone lives happily ever after. That's the end. So watch this video and read along with it, and this will help you learn your lines. Thanks, folks.